Good time of the day. The question we got today is, what is the evidence for taking vitamins for chronic pain? Which vitamins and what evidence do we have?
Since I've been coming to Dr. Margolin, my life has changed. My lower back, my shoulders, he has done wonders, and I recommend him very highly to anybody that has chronic pain. He has been a godsend.
Hi, my name is Cindy Spirit, and Dr. Margolin, I've been coming here about a year, and he is an awesome doctor. His staff is so sweet, they drip with honey. And he helps me so much, and I'm appreciative of him.
Hi, my name is Ruth McCoy, and I go to Dr. Margolin's, and I've been going for 6 years, and he has tremendously helped me. I used to weigh 345, and now I weigh 271, and my diabetic is doing better. It went from 9.4 to 7.2, and he gives me shots every time or every other time I come in, and they have been helping out a lot.
Well, this is an interesting question. I would say until 3 years ago, we would defer to clinical experience. In Ohio, definitely we recommend taking vitamin D, and we still recommend taking it because most people are deficient, and there is an impact of vitamin D deficiency or insufficiency on pain levels, and we had more than one video about vitamin D. I'm not going to repeat it. And then many times people take vitamin B12, sometimes B6, and we recommended B complex. Now, this has changed a little bit with this study published 3 years ago in 2020, called an analysis of biomarkers in patients with chronic pain. Why this study is interesting? Because the study analyzed 17,834 unique patient samples at a national reference laboratory, Ethos Lab, Newport, Kentucky. And they took close to 18,000 samples from chronic pain patients, and they looked at those samples. Are there any specific substances, biomarkers that are different from general population? And 77%, 13,765 samples did show unusual biomarkers, biochemical findings. What are those findings? They're quite unusual. Most common abnormality was elevated quinolonic acid. 29% of patients, 5,107. Now, I want to show you this diagram is quite loaded, but actually it shows that there is an increased metabolism of substance called L-tryptophan, which is precursor of serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin is necessary for feeling of well-being and prevention of depression. L-tryptophan, which is an over-counter supplement, seems to be deficient, surprisingly, and that's most prevalent in patients with chronic pain. There is increase of activity on something called indolamine 2,3 deoxygenase. Quinaric acid metabolism is increased, and through this pathway it gets to quinolonic acid, which is neurotoxin and increases sensitivity to pain. Interestingly, this pathway is also associated with zaturainic acid and quinuranic acid. These are just complex substances, but what is important, they associate with B6 deficiency, not B12, which is most common, B6. And interestingly, they also found elevated pyroglutamate in 19% of patients. They also, pyroglutamate is indicative of something called glutathione deficiency. Interesting, if you take a lot of acetaminophen, APAP, it's called acetaminophen, called Tylenol. It's also part of formulations like Norco, Percocet, a lot of combination of opioid and acetaminophen, over-the-counter acetaminophen, you can buy it. It actually depletes substance called glutathione, which is necessary for free radical metabolism and what people call detox. And this results in elevated pyroglutamate, and that shows that glutathione is actually substance number 2. It's not a vitamin, but it's a supplement which is missing in most pain patients. So surprising, it's L-tryptophan, glutathione, and then vitamin B6 in 17% of patients, 3,025, and then methylmalonic acid, indicative of B12, was observed only in 10%, 1,827. So interestingly, here is the list of supplements. Again, it was not cited here, but vitamin D, I would say again, is still on the table. Then next is L-tryptophan, then glutathione. I don't have the sample here, but it's not difficult to get. Glutatione, glutathione. Then B complex, which would include B6 and B12. These are the vitamins that, according to this extensive study, most commonly missing in patients with chronic pain. Now, it does mean that it studied everything. Also, please don't mix supplements like curcumin with turmeric or ginger or other supplements that sometimes people take, which have anti-inflammatory properties with vitamins. This is in addition. These are not vitamins. They still need to be taken. So it's a very good question. I'm glad we were able to analyze this study, and I hope everything feels better and gets the vitamins and supplements they need.